I am 88 years old, and I need to tell you something before it's too late. I spent 40 years being nice to people who were slowly killing me. If I could trade everything I owned for just 1 decade back, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I learned too late that being kind and being good are two very different things. Nice people, we're just doors, open doors, and we let anyone walk through. I was that door for 40 years. 40 years. Do you understand what that means? That's 14,600 days, hundreds of thousands of hours just gone, and I can't get them back. I wake up some mornings and I try to do the math in my head. How many Tuesdays did I waste? How many Saturday afternoons? How many Christmases did I spend smiling at people who didn't even know my daughter's name? It was my boss, actually. 17 years working for the same man. And at my retirement party, someone mentioned my daughter Emma graduating college. And he looked at me, genuinely confused, and said, "Oh, you have a daughter." 17 years, but I smiled, because that's what nice people do. I thought being nice made me good. I thought if I just kept helping, kept saying yes, kept being the safety net for everyone else's problems, that somehow I'd be valuable, loved maybe. I mean, isn't that what we're taught? Be nice, be helpful, don't rock the boat. So I didn't. I didn't rock the boat when my best friend Michael only called at 3 a.m, when his marriage was falling apart. 2-hour conversations where I'd listen to him cry, give him advice, help him see clearly. But when my wife was diagnosed, when I needed someone, the phone didn't ring, not once. I asked an acquaintance to tell him, "Hey, he's going through a tough times there today. Could you talk to your friend for a bit?" And you know what the worst part is? I made excuses for him. Even then, "Oh, he's probably busy. He's dealing with his own stuff. I shouldn't burden him." I was drowning, and I was worried about burdening the people who'd been using me as a life raft for decades. That's what being nice does to you. It turns you into an apologist for your own mistreatment. There was this woman at church, Patricia. Every Sunday, every single Sunday, she'd find me after service, and she'd talk about her son, her health, her neighbors, her theories about everything. And I'd stand there, an hour sometimes, just nodding, being nice. One Sunday I wasn't there. I was in the hospital. Minor procedure, but at my age, nothing's really minor. The next week when I came back, she saw me and said, "Oh good, you're here. I need to tell you about my son." No, where were you? No, are you okay? Just back to her regular programming. And I realized I wasn't a person to these people. I was a function, a dumping ground, a free therapy service, a door they could walk through whenever they needed something and walk right past when they didn't. It wasn't their fault, not entirely, because I was the one who kept that door open. I was the one who taught them through my actions that my time, my energy, my life had no value. I was cruel to myself while being nice to everyone else. I had dreams once. I wanted to write. I had this novel in my head, a whole world, characters I'd been thinking about since I was 23 years old. But there was always someone who needed something, always a crisis, always someone else's emergency that somehow became my responsibility. So the novel stayed in my head, And the notebooks gathered dust, and the years just kept going. 40 years. You know what you can do in 40 years? You can master 3 languages, build a business, raise a family, and write that novel and travel the world. But I did none of that because I was too busy being available, being nice, being the person everyone could count on. Except no one was counting on me. They were counting on my usefulness. And the moment that dried up, 3 years ago I had a fall, broke my hip, bad break. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, then rehab for another month. I had this phone right there on the nightstand, and I kept looking at it, kept thinking, any minute now it'll ring. Michael will call. Patricia will check in. Someone will reach out. But it just sat there, silent. And I had this nurse, a young woman, couldn't have been more than 30, and she noticed me staring at that phone. One day she sat down and said, honey, the people who matter show up, and the people who don't, they teach you who they are. And I started crying, right there. 85 years old, crying in a hospital bed because a stranger showed me more kindness in one sentence than people I'd known for decades. That's when I understood. Toxic people don't see you as human. They see you as a vending machine. Put in the right coins, press the right buttons, out comes what they need. And when the machine stops working, they walk away. They don't miss you. They just find another machine. I think about the weight sometimes. People talk about how hard it is to say no, how uncomfortable, how it might hurt someone's feelings. But let me tell you about weight. Saying no, that's light. It's a feather, a moment of discomfort that passes. But carrying 40 years of resentment, 40 years of realizing you betrayed yourself over and over for people who wouldn't cross the street to attend your funeral, that weight crushes you. I wake up every morning and I feel it, this heaviness in my chest. And it's not my heart, not the physical one. It's the weight of all those yeses, all those hours, all those pieces of myself I gave away. And the cruelest part, I can't blame them, not really, because I taught them how to treat me. You want to know why I was so nice? It wasn't kindness. It wasn't generosity. It was fear. Fear that if I said no, if I set a boundary, if I stopped being useful, then I'd be alone, unwanted, unloved. So I made myself indispensable, or I tried to. But here's what I learned. You cannot earn love through servitude. You cannot purchase belonging with self-abandonment. All you do is teach people that you don't matter, that your needs are negotiable, that your time, your one precious, unrepeatable life, is worth less than their convenience. And they'll believe you, because people believe what you show them about yourself. I showed them I was a door, so they walked through. I showed them I had no boundaries, so they took everything, and I smiled the whole time. But good people, truly good people, they protect what's sacred. And your time, your energy, your peace, those are sacred. And I treated them like they were worthless. So listen to me. If you're watching this, if you recognize yourself in my story, stop. Stop being their audience. Stop being their dumping ground. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep people warm who wouldn't offer you a match if you were freezing. Find your spine. I know it's scary. I know it feels wrong at first. But I promise you, the discomfort of setting a boundary is nothing compared to the soul-crushing weight of living a life in service to people who don't value you. That person who only calls when they need something, stop answering. That friend who talks for an hour but can't spare 5 minutes to ask how you are, let them talk to someone else. That job, that relationship, that obligation that drains you, walk away. You still have time. I don't. I'm 88 years old. I have what? 5 years left if I'm lucky? But 40 years, the 40 years I gave away, those are gone forever. And I would give anything to have just one of them back. Just 1 year to live for myself, to write that novel, to say no, but I can't. You can. Being nice nearly destroyed me. Being kind, truly kind, to myself, that would have saved me. Don't wait until you're 88 to figure out the difference. Don't wait until you're sitting in a hospital room staring at a silent phone, realizing you spent decades being someone's convenience and no one's priority. Your time is all you have, and once it's gone, it's gone.